Lords, ladies, distinguished guests, and of course, the fabulous QM girls. I would like to start by thanking Lindsay Levin for giving up her time to come and talk to us this morning. It was incredibly inspiring to hear from someone who's achieved so much in their field and has had a truly global, life-changing career. It was fascinating to hear about what a huge impact you can have on the world. So, on behalf of all the girls here, here's a small token of our appreciation. Thank you again. I have to admit, I was more than a little anxious to write this speech due to the vast amount of questioning leading up to today. This included my mother insisting that I deliver the speech to her several hundred times so that she wouldn't end up hysterically sobbing in the corner. My sister spurring unhelpful bouts of advice, including, don't worry, I'll pretend to awkwardly laugh when no one else does. And finally, two upper sixth girls asking when exactly they were going to be mentioned. I'm pretty sure Megan McScowan had a speech prepared, just in case I didn't quite make it here today. Well, upper sixth, my dear, dear friends, the day has finally arrived. The day we always dreamt of, but were never quite sure if we'd get here. Certainly looked rather unlikely at times. It really is the end of an era, but I think we can all agree what an era it has been. Although after today, we will no longer be pupils of Queen Margaret's, we will always be QM girls, along with all the connotations which that label brings. Now, it is undoubtedly true there is a real science behind the development of the final QM lever you see here today. While we may seem so effortlessly intelligent, charming, elegant, poised, don't be fooled. This transition was not without its ups and downs. So, I thought it best to give you an insight into this drastic evolution from girl to Margaretian. We start in first year, where you simply cannot get enough of school life. You're full of that infectious QM enthusiasm that only Mrs. Cameron could match. And you run around the campus, complete with oversized school bags and skirts to match, in search of the boundless opportunities you were dearly promised in that QM prospectus. Second year, you now feel like a true QM girl. You're pretty confident that you know the ins and the outs, the do's and the don'ts. You know when to avoid tea, but when to go back for seconds. You've ditched all your Gap hoodies, mini Bowden t-shirts, corduroy trousers. But, more importantly, you cannot wait to that infamous social with Aysgarth. Goodbye, Esprick Nunnery. Hello, social life. Third year, a year of several welcome additions. Your own kitchen and half of Belhaven Prep School from Scotland. Fourth year, you've reached the pinnacle of QM life. You've got all the sixth formers on Facebook, and you have friends who've accepted you for you, despite all the wonderfully weird things you've done. But you start to wonder what going to school at somewhere like Stowe, Uppingham, Ampleforth would have been like. Your suggestions for more socials at school council meetings don't seem to be working. So, instead, you go all out in the dining room in the hopes of impressing the hot maintenance men. Fifth year, you've definitely managed to embarrass yourself in one form or another by now. You've either been the topic of gossip across the school, dyed your hair a colour you probably regret it now, set up your very own ear piercing salon, or my personal favourite, you've been coerced into taking in some part of extravagant showcase in assembly or a school production. I distinctly remember one girl in our year making her debut in the Chapman Theatre, dressed in a bright orange lycra suit, dancing around as a carrot. Poor Geraldine. Lower sixth. You thank God your parents didn't let you move to said mixed school, as you find that you've taken full advantage of the luxury of not having to look good every day, or in fact, any day. Although, you've really hit a low point on the appearance front, when even your teachers suggest that you perhaps need to get out more. Upper sixth, you actually drop back several stages. You regard QM with the same enthusiasm you did in first year. It's your little bubble, but you really do love it, because, let's face it, where else would accept your remarkable oddities? And speaking of which, summer ball dates are few and far between. So, you resort to competing with the far trendier fourth years for the hot maintenance man. We're really sorry, Kieran. Generously funded our education at Queen Margaret's. It is true that we really have received an education of the highest quality in every way, and I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank all the teachers and staff of QM who have worked so hard to make this possible. In the words of Oscar Wilde, you can never be overdressed or overeducated. Nevertheless, my father assures me I will think otherwise once he hands me what he affectionately likes to call the bill of my life so far. There are a huge number of invaluable things that throughout my 7 years here, I feel I have learned and discovered about myself. Firstly, my lack of sporting talent, culminating in Miss Davies screaming across the hockey pitch, "Jodie, my grandmother could run faster than you!" Luckily, Miss Davies, I was never seen on the hockey pitch again. Another achievement of mine this year was having the privilege of commentating on Sports Day taken away from me, because I decided to tell the 1,500-metre upper sixth runners across the megaphone to get their derrieres moving. Perhaps not the best idea of mine, and not so eloquently said on the day. I've also learned that trying to impress Dr. Silverwood only results in disappointment, as I confidently informed him that the two pedals in a car were for driving forwards and backwards. I saw his face drop as he seriously reconsidered his choice of head girl. And funnily enough, still haven't passed my driving test. It must be noted that we aren't the only ones leaving Queen Margaret's today. And so on behalf of all the girls, I would like to personally thank Dr. Silverwood for all his tireless hard work and dedication over the past 5 years. He's been a great source of motivation and support, encouraging all girls to achieve their personal goals, to take risks and to seek new opportunities. He's even been known to have sent emails entitled, "Game on," as they say. Still trying to work out where he picked up this line. In fact, a certain skill I do hope to build upon is Dr. Silverwood's ability to pack so much into his schedule. Although, from time to time, he's been known to overcommit through this zealous enthusiasm, resulting in running a little late for meetings. A memorable excuse for this was, "Sorry girls, I had to run and take Ariel to the vet's, our dog. She swallowed a £1 coin again. I'll try to remember this one for future reference." But on a serious note, we really do wish Dr. Silverwood and his family all the best of luck and success in Dubai. At Queen Margaret's, we're often reminded of the benefits of being at an all-girls boarding school. And although we probably wouldn't want to admit it, we've come to secretly appreciate its various perks. A very important one is that your year essentially contains the entirety of Topshop. And while this can come in handy on the occasions when we actually need to venture outside of Esbrook Park, it can also lead to some worrying revelations. For instance, I overheard a conversation among two of my very good friends only this year, extremely seriously, which went something along the lines of this. you know how you borrow all my clothes, Harry? Well, does that mean you're going to borrow my boyfriend? Didn't hang around to hear the answer. While we have often been known, embarrassingly, as the golden year of the school, owing to our exemplary behaviour, we have had our moments. We've trained the local Tootie's pizza delivery boy, Roberto, extremely well, providing a unique service whereby he subtly slides hot, thick-crust pizzas under the school gate in the dead of night. Sadly, not the scandalous tobacco and alcohol smugglings you perhaps might expect of 18-year-olds. Coco Chanel once said, "A girl should be two things, who and what she wants." And this is essentially another perk that QM girls like to take full advantage of. The ability to voice their opinion whenever they want and however they want. There is nothing that can stop a QM girl getting exactly what she wants. This was most clearly demonstrated in sixth form, when all of a sudden day girls gained much popularity at the weekends by providing a personalised bed and breakfast service so that we can enjoy those few extra hours hitting York's finest clubs and bars, which sadly the QM curfew wouldn't allow. But what I will truly miss the most about Queen Margaret's is the fact that it's the one place in the world where I feel surrounded by people who probably know me better than even I know myself. People who I can laugh with until I cry, and cry with until I laugh. I consider myself truly, truly blessed. So, my fabulous, fabulous upper sixth, the loveliest bunch of girls I will probably ever know. All that remains to say is thank you. Thank you for giving me the privilege of being the head girl of such a talented, ever so slightly mad, and unforgettable year group. Thank you for making my time here full of hysterical memories and incredible friendships that I know will stand the test of time and perhaps even longer. I think we can count ourselves exceptionally lucky that we have something that makes saying goodbye so very hard. But I have a feeling that that QM flag will forever fly close to our hearts, and no matter what, we will always be daughters of the King. 7 years ago, as a budding, wide-eyed first year, I sat in this very marquee, unaware of just how much this school and the people within it would mean to me. I listened to what Flora Blackatord deliver her head girl speech, and her final words are the only words of advice I feel I can truly end on. So upper sixth, my favourite girls in the world. Good luck to each and every one of you, and remember, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Thank you.